Yo, 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 we back. Now, I don't feel safe, man. Hit that like button. Now, I don't feel safe no more, y'all. Yo, this white on white violence is out of control, man. Something need to be done. Something need to be done, y'all. We might need to bring back mass incarceration or something. That man, stiffer laws. That man, we might need stiffer laws on parents, you know, that teach their kids gun safety. Okay, we can't go through this again, man. You got active rogue shooters running around shooting from the roof, 2 football fields away. Man, if that ain't enough to scare you, I don't know what is. We need to bring back mass incarceration, y'all. For rural white America, because it's getting out of control, man. They out here protesting, rioting, fighting each other and shit. Online bickering. Like, yo, this is insane. I never seen nothing like this before. I think this is the worst it's ever been. What y'all think, y'all? Am I overreacting? Do y'all feel safe? That's the question I got for people, man. With all this white on white crime going on, do y'all feel safe? Because I don't feel safe. You got fathers turning in their kids for reward money. Like, this shit getting out of control. Chat room going, what it is. What's up? What's up, Shalonda? Hit that like button. Seriously though, y'all, real question. Hey, Shalonda, do you feel safe? I don't. I'm out here looking at every roof around me. I mean, you never know. It could be a shoot up there. Trees. Yo, watch the trees, y'all. Watch the trees. Watch the roof. Make sure your grass cut low. But this shit is out of control, man. They out here just shooting people. I think we need stiffer laws on guns. I don't feel safe either, y'all. I do want the only one. I don't feel safe. We need a National Guard to Utah. And we need to crack down. You know what I mean? We need to crack down on these extremist groups. You know, like how Biden said when he talked about the 94 crime bill, we need another crime bill. But this crime bill need to be focused on white extremist groups. You know what I mean? White radicals. Yo, they turned down the fabric of society, man. Like I said, I don't feel safe. Yo, don't go out at dark. You never know. You might get mugged or something. Shit crazy, man. Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, I don't think nobody feels safe. I think this might be the most unsafe I've ever been in my whole life. You know what I mean? I'm from Baltimore. What's ridiculous? I ain't lying. Y'all don't think so? Y'all don't think we need stiffer gun laws? You don't think we need stiffer laws on crime? Because this shit is out of control. Sweet to Arkansas, man. I ain't never seen nobody get shot from 200 yards away. That's 2 football fields. Not far 200 yards is. You got American citizens, white American citizens, able to do something like that and walk away. Oh man, that is a danger to society, y'all. That's enough from Baltimore. That's a danger, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you new. Matter of fact, I want to know who feels safe right now. Let's do a poll. So I don't feel safe. Come on, yo, something got to be done, y'all. Something got to be done, y'all. What the fuck Trump doing, man? We need a National Guard in Wyoming, Iowa, Utah. We need to just deploy them motherfuckers everywhere. You know, because shit, this is crazy. That man shot you with a 30.6 rifle from 200 yards away. Yo, that is like military. I'm telling y'all, watch the trees, yo, you never know. Well, the good thing is, this is white on white violence, you know. So I don't really, you know, we ain't really got nothing to worry about. But I just feel unsafe just because, you know, of the media coverage. But the media coverage is making me scared of white people, yo. It is. I'm scared of them. I'm scared of motherfucking that. Ladies, grab your purse. Ladies, black ladies, grab your purse. If you're walking down the street and you see one of these thugs, with high-powered rifles walking behind you, get on the phone, call 911, grab your purse, because these people are a danger to society. Does that sound familiar? If the media ran that narrative, yo, that shit sounds very familiar, man. Yo, why the fuck is this shit on my screen? Fuck, I take this shit down. Oh, alright. I bet he did have civilian training. They all seem like they got civilian training. Yeah, I figured that, y'all. I knew I wasn't the only one. That's why I wanted to bring this to the people, y'all. I don't feel safe, y'all. This is crazy. People get murdered for things that they speak. God damn. I be saying some wild shit sometimes. I might got put a security upgrade my security system. This is out of control. Look at this shit. Let me show y'all something. Look at this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Fucking white on white violence, man. Shit is crazy. Let me show you all this shit. Hit that like button. Look at this. They had a protest. Right here. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at these thugs.
Get him up! Hey, he was hitting people! Get him up!
Yo, with thugs like that running around, nobody's safe. Did y'all see all them thugs? I wonder what gang they're a part of. Democrat, Republican, I mean, MS-13, Nazi, DMI, Dead Man Incorporated. I don't know if that's just a Maryland thing. Aryan Brotherhood, Hell's Angels. Yo, it's a lot. Yo, we got a problem, y'all. Fuck that. We need to take this shit to Congress. We need to take this to Congress, y'all. It's out of control.
This guy. Get him up! Hey, he was hitting people! Get him
That motherfucking screen got dark as shit. Hold up.
This guy. Get him up! Hey, he was hitting people! Get him up!
That is hate. Yeah, that's very hateful, man. This man lost his life, and they out that bitch going to war with each other. I just want to know what part of the gang they in. What gang y'all think these people are part of, man? You talking about just drive? Yo, well, this is a problem, yo. What the fuck you talking about? I don't feel safe. You talking about just drive? How can I drive if I don't feel safe? I don't feel safe driving. Somebody might pick me off while I'm driving to work. Or you. Since it's white on white violence, I think we might be good. But still, ladies, clutch your purse. I ain't never seen that many gangsters in one spot. Ever in my life. And I'm from Baltimore, a crowded city. I ain't never seen that many gangsters and thugs in my life. They could have beat that man to death. What if they'd have beat the man to death? Then what? If they'd have beat him to death, would y'all then acknowledge that white on white violence is a problem in this country? Because for years they told us black on black crime was out of control. But they always failed to mention, for some reason it gets lost in the conversation, white on white violence. Or Hispanic on Hispanic violence. We should just go down the list. Indian on Indian violence. What about Asian on Asian violence? Is that a thing? Or is it just black on black? That's really the basis of this conversation. Is white on white crime real? Because they sold us this idea that black on black crime was a major problem in this country. But I don't be seeing too many black men just picking motherfuckers off from a roof, It happened. We had the Lee Malvo situation, but that was in the 90s. We ain't seen nothing like that since. We didn't have the assassination attempt of Donald Trump, white on white violence. That happened twice. That was white on white violence. What the fuck, bitch? Stop doing that. We had a Colorado shooter, 16 years old, shot into a school. More white on white violence. Like, yo, this shit gotta stop. Yeah, it's out of control, Charles. 44 school shootings in New York. None of them were black. Like these two recently. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yo, we need to stop. I think the United States need to divert their attention. Like Trump keep talking about the National Guard, all these black cities. I want them in Wyoming, Colorado, Utah. Because it's a real problem down there. At least in our communities, poverty is the issue. It ain't police. These motherfuckers is out that bitch living great lives. crime is low, and they just wake up one morning radicalized and decide to murder innocent people. I think that is the issue, y'all, in this country. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. I'm sorry. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I don't know how y'all feel about it for real though, baby girl. We ready to change the narrative straight up. I might do 4 lives. My next 4 lives might be white on white violence as a crime. You feel me? Is an issue straight up, right? Make sure y'all checking y'all red reviews, man. He said, "For my boy Tyler, he was a good boy." See, look, listen to this. Oh, we ain't done. I showed y'all what the dude said on the news the other day. Listen to y'all. Hold up. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. Listen to Jesse Waters.
Who gets hit in the ear? Charlie gets shot dead. They came after Kavanaugh with a rifle to his neighborhood. They went after Musk's cars. They just shot 2 Jews outside the embassy.
Listen to this.
Think about it. Scalise got shot, barely survived. It's happening. You got trans shooters. You got riots in LA. They are at war with us. Whether we want to accept it or not, they are at war with us. And what are we going to do about it? How much political violence are we going to tolerate? And that's the question we're just going to have to ask ourselves. Now, Charlie would want us to put as much pressure on these people as possible. Dana nailed it. This is unacceptable and has to stop. And it has to stop now. And everybody's accountable. And we're watching what they're saying on television and who's saying what. The politicians, Trump gets hit in the ear. Charlie, the media, and all these rats out there.
Rats.
This can never happen again. It ends now. Greg's right again. This is a turning point, and we know which direction we're going. The media and all these rats out.
Rats. I thought they told us that was a urban thing. I thought they said that black people was the only ones that didn't accept rats. Like, yo, this shit is getting crazy. Yo, narratives it's changing by the minute. I could have sworn on the internet for years that they said, yo, that's a street issue. That's a street thing, that the streets don't accept rats. This man probably never committed a crime in his life that he got caught for. I mean, I'm sure he committed hella crimes. You feel me? But he wouldn't be labeled as a criminal. I mean, maybe white collar crime or something like that. He on this bitch talking about, yo, rats. All the rats out there. He could have been amazing. Hey, Jolene, I ain't the problem. I'm not the issue. You feel me? Hey, you need to worry about your own. You know what I mean? You might get sniped fucking around with this shit nowadays. Yeah, hey. I have nothing but peace and love for you, my sister. You feel me? This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm trying to tell you, you need to worry about your next door neighbor. That motherfucker might be peeping through your windows. The fuck you think this is? Don't worry about me. Ain't nothing going on over here. Your next door neighbor is your biggest enemy. Fuck you talking about? He probably was amazing. I'm not trolling his death. I think his death was horrible. I'm talking about the after effects, you know, the call to action. That's like a call to action, man. These motherfuckers at war with each other. They're at war with each other. And these ain't black people. And that's all I'm trying to highlight. Y'all always had this percentage. It's black people. Black people commit all the crimes. Black people is killing each other. But I don't know. I'm starting to second guess that now. For what I'm saying now? Nope. I think white on white crime is a much bigger issue. These motherfuckers ain't even living in poverty. They just waking up to decide to murder. No other incentive. You know what I mean? It ain't money related. It ain't none of that. It's just political views. I disagree with what your politicians say. You should die for that. I think that is a threat to humanity. That is a threat to humanity, man. This ain't a motherfucker poor, struggling, and need bills paid, or, can't get a job because they didn't got, charges. This ain't that. These are people. Matter of fact, let me show you something else. I always got receipts, man. Let me show you something else. This is what you gotta worry about, Joe, man. Don't worry about me. I ain't this shit. Look at this. What Trump did right there? God dang. Hold up, we ain't done. Look at this. Starting off early on this gangster shit. Started off early. Listen to this.
He did get what he thought other people. He didn't deserve it, but he did get what he thought other people deserved. He paid a price that he was willing for other people to pay, that he said was worth them paying in order for him to have certain rights. He gleefully, willfully participated, loudly proclaimed that his beliefs should their rights, their lives. He thought women should be in the kitchen, that young girls would carry their rapist babies, that the genocide in Gaza wasn't real, that the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. He spread misinformation around COVID, compared vaccine mandates to apartheid, and said that empathy is a made-up term. We don't know who did this or why, but it is already being weaponized as a way to rebrand the left, a group that have historically been known as weak, lefty, woke snowflakes, as violent and dangerous and incapable of tolerating an opposition of opinion. This is a turning point we didn't need, and it's going to be used against us in the worst of ways.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm just sitting back watching. It ain't like how they sat back and watched when our communities is out of control after they infused drugs into the neighborhood. How they sat back and watched when, after they infused drugs into the neighborhood, they made crack a stiffer penalty.
1, 4, 1.
They made crack a stiffer penalty than coke. I'm just sitting back watching, but I don't feel safe though at the same time. I'm standing on that shit. I'm watching my rear views. And man, I'm watching the roof, the trees. You never know. But the only thing is, I just don't want to be a casualty of war, because this is on white crime. We really ain't got nothing to worry about, but sometimes, it be casualties. It might get caught in the mix. I don't want no problems. Come on, man, why you always do that? Hold on, man. I'm ready to go to work. I'm scared to go to work. I started to call out today. Man. Alright. I'm scared to go to work. I work when I don't know, it might be a war at work today. You never know. They might go at each other. I don't know, yo. See what I mean? You gotta question everything nowadays. You feel me? You gotta question everything nowadays, man. Never know. I might just sit back and watch, because I ain't the target this time. Let me show you. What the fuck, man? Yeah. Yeah, the ringer off. I'm on live though, man. What's up? You alright? Yeah, I seen that. I'm talking about it now. Yeah, I'm on live. Alright. You got people out here scaling buildings. Yo, did y'all see him scale a building? I can't do that. Like this, he was out that bitch looking like Spider-Man. And we got Spider. Yo, this is crazy, y'all. How many more of them can do that? Is that taught in a household? You know, are you taught to scale buildings growing up? Because we just need to start paying more attention to these kids, man. These white kids, man. Need to get CPS involved. I mean, I don't know what they're being taught. You know, Biden said that black people was the victims of society, partly because their neglect. Well, the neglect of the government or of the I think it's something similar going on, yo. A white parents neglecting their children because how the fuck did this happen? You wasn't able to identify your child being radicalized. You know, similar to what they say about the parents when their child choose the streets. You know, bad parenting. I think of this, what we're seeing right now. I think I can speak for the black community. We don't feel safe right now. And I know this ain't even our beef, but just like when black on black crime was being propagated, you know, being pushed through the airwaves. Y'all ain't feel safe? Well, I don't feel safe now. I don't. If I see a white person walking down the street, I might turn around and go the other way. I might turn around and go the other way, y'all. For real, because this is out of control. Out of control. But let me show y'all what I was talking about. Look at this. So I was talking about how, you know, at least when the violence was going on in the black community, you know, it was, you know, it was a lot going on. You know, you had a lot of we had a lot of bullshit running at the same time. But this right here, no, this is just road killers. Look at this.
Congratulations, you have been selected to receive the Resident Presidential Scholarship from Utah State University. The value of this scholarship is approximately $32,000. This scholarship is available for 4 years or 8 semesters.
Like, oh, these are not.
Congratulations,
these are not underprivileged kids. You know, these kids are privileged, getting scholarships to Utah University. Meanwhile, who the fuck? Hey man, you'd have walked past, you'd have thought he was a great kid. Meanwhile, he was on some gangster shit. Radical views, left to right. Yeah, we need to crack down Donald Trump. If somebody sent this video to Donald Trump, we need to crack down on left and right radical groups because the black people, the black residents of the United States of America doesn't feel safe. We don't feel safe. I'm sorry, y'all. We don't feel safe. I mean, your child shouldn't be able to get radicalized. Just like how when a black kid chooses the streets, they blame parenting. I blame parenting for this, man. You couldn't tell your child was leaning too far left or right? The fuck was you doing? Is this neglect? I think this is neglect. I think this is neglect, y'all. School shootings on the rise. Political violence on the rise. And this is all propagated by white on white crime. Let's listen to the investigation. They released the paperwork. It's little as shit though, so I don't know if I'll be able to read it. man.
This right here,
Israel,
ESPN
man.
Bet, this is the sports book that gives fans the tools they need.
The family of Charlie campus.
Motherfuckers always turning them in. Makes it even worse. Can't even trust your father.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At today's press conference, we will hear from Governor Cox, FBI Director Kash Patel, and Sheriff Mike Smith. We also have with us Utah DPS Commissioner Bo Mason, Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson, FBI Special Agent in Charge Robert Bowles, and local and federal law enforcement partners. Following the remarks today, Governor Cox, Director Patel, and Commissioner Mason will take questions. Thank you.
Speak, nigga.
September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information.
1.
Had confessed to them or implied that he had committed. September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th, in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years.
Look, see? Prime example, bad parenting. So y'all knew this. Y'all knew this guy got too political, went too far left. And y'all ain't do nothing to stop it. Yeah, we need stiffer sentences on parents of radicalized children. We need the National Guard in Wyoming, Utah, any city, any city, any state that's predominantly white. For real. We need to crack down on this shit. We need to get these thugs off the streets. Ain't that what Biden said in the 94 crime bill? We need to get these thugs off the... Yo, they out here harming, shooting innocent people, man. What'd he say? Robbing my daughter. Hitting my son. Like, yo, I'm scared. I'm scared to death. Yeah, it's confirmed, Lefty. Yo, we need to get these people out the streets, man. These people are dangerous.
I remember referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in that conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed...
The whole family ain't fuck with him. Lock the whole family up. Straight up. The whole family need to be in jail. That sounds like a conspiracy. That sounds like a motherfucking conspiracy, man. The whole family plotted, waited, stalked. Treat that man like he was motherfucking, like he was a deer during hunting season. This is crazy, y'all. It's out of control.
Robinson had a great Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated... each message was shown by Robinson's roommate.
If you were ever gripped or inappropriately touched by an Uber or Lyft driver, this is important. Thousands of passengers.
As each message as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated,
So why the fuck they keep doing that? They didn't fuck their live up. This dumbass shit.
Investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate.
Yeah, saying that. I'm gonna talk about that. Yo, this not me, yo. This is dead live. Fuck happened?
Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. I know there's been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well.
Listen to this, y'all.
I'll share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital O-W-O, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point."
Whoa!
Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols.
What's wrong with this
A
shit?
second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow," and a third
That man said, "Oh, fastest, catch this." God damn, this guy's a hardened criminal. Fuck that, yo. Yo, we need one of them 94 crime bill speeches. We need to. Y'all remember that the video we listened to last night? We need Joe Biden back. Straight up, we need Biden to come out and release one of them speeches, y'all. For real. Shake the world up. You know what I mean? Let everybody know it's a problem. that man took the time, energy, and effort to engrave markings on the shells, on the bullets. Who said, "Hey, catch this," like it was a football pass? Yeah. You thought he was a quarterback, and my man was the receiver. Yeah, and I'm not joking his death. But what I am joking is the narrative that's been put out on black people for fucking decades. Meanwhile, just as long as the shit that's been going on in the black community, you had shit like this going on, and it goes unnoticed. I'm just giving it the attention it deserves. That's all.
unfired Casey read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." We are indebted to law enforcement across the state who's worked seamlessly together, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're grateful for everyone.
You left a message for the doctors. You'll say if you read this, you gay. Or for the police, whoever found the bullets, that message was for you.
together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged.
Hey, Bugsby, so you don't think white on white crime is a problem? If you read this, it's too late. Hey, Busby, you don't think white on white crime is a problem? Want me to show you? You know, it was just a shooting in Colorado, 16-year-old kid. You ain't hear what Mark Walters just said? He just said, man, this is a call to action. These people are at war with us. We ain't, not any crime. No, we ain't doing that now. We ain't doing that now. Nope. For years we talked about black on black crime. Now it's time to give attention to white on white crime. I think it's overdue. It's been flying under the radar for 80 years. I think it's finally time to divert our attention, our resources, our prisons to white on white crime. I think it's time. Y'all don't think it's time? Why is it fuck off now? Yo, come on now. We gotta be fair, y'all. We gotta be fair. Hey, are we gonna be fair or not? You know, for years we talked about black on black crime and how we need to send them to jail. Why we can't? I don't understand. What's the issue? I'm confused. Man. Let me send you out there. You out here. You just saying. I don't even know what the fuck you doing. Now we can answer real questions. I am a victim, JB. I'm scared to death. I'm scared. I don't feel safe. I work around white people, y'all. I don't feel safe here. I started to call out today. But only reason why I feel a little bit safe is because this is not black on, this is white on white crime. So, as long as I watch my rear views, stay vigilant. You know what I mean? as long as I stay vigilant, I should be all right. You know what I mean? I just can't slip. I don't want to be a casualty. It's crazy how people get in their feelings, man. People love talking about black on black crime. That shit was promoted and everything. They put marketing dollars behind it. The minute you start talking about white on white crime, now it was fuck off. He talking gibberish. I don't understand. I thought all crime was a problem. They might be. I don't know, JC. Look, hey, George, stay on topic. Stay on topic, George. We ain't talking about English. We ain't talking about how long we been here. We're talking about white on white crime. Is it a problem? Are you safe in your community? No, it don't. You talking about the value. We talking about snipers on the roof. Fuck you talking about it. We not talking about underprivileged kids. We talking about more than likely privileged kids. They got radicalized through political views. I think that is a major issue in this country. We ain't talking about kids that's doing anything to survive. No, we ain't talking about that. We talking about kids that could have went to college and had good lives. But instead, they getting radicalized and going out and murdering innocent people. Yo, that is a much bigger problem. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. That is a huge issue, man. Yeah, hell yeah. You talking about white on white crime, JR. No, I ain't saying it's a problem. It is been a problem, but we've been focusing on that problem since the fucking 70s. I'm saying it's time to divert resources to another issue. That's what I'm saying. We can only we only do one thing at a time. What I'm saying is, we've been focusing on black crime for 30, 40 years. It's time to focus on white crime because it's getting out of control. That's all I'm saying. I think we need to national guard to Utah.
Videos helping us with sending in tips and helping us get to this point. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring it into law enforcement. enforcement as well. I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them as we bring justice in this case. They will be involved in that justice. We will be working very closely with them as we move through this process as well. This is a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah, but I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure to this very dark chapter in our nation's history. With that, I will now turn
This is what happens when the good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together.
That's crazy, y'all. I'm shocked at y'all. I'm disappointed in y'all. Y'all champion black on black crime. Y'all champion sending black people to jail. Why y'all don't got the same energy? I don't get it. It's a little hard. You know, I never thought this would be the case. You know, this is crazy to me, y'all. I'm confused. Everything that I was taught about, you know, people was a lie. I thought everybody was stiff on crime. What the fuck is going on? Especially murder. They say that's one of the worst crimes you can commit. Now we got this issue with white radicals and white on white violence, and nobody wants to do anything now. Wow. Who'd ever thought? We got an issue with white people not parenting their kids properly because their kids are being radicalized, and don't nobody want to do nothing? Don't nobody think we need more resources? The National Guard, Navy SEALs? You know what I mean? That's crazy, y'all. I'm surprised, y'all. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, y'all. I'm disappointed in y'all, for real. I'd have never thought we'd see this day. As much as y'all been championing crime, back to blue, and that type of stuff, I'm completely shocked that now we having this fucking rise of white on white crime, and y'all don't want to do nothing about it. That is crazy. Y'all rather come at me and tell me to fuck off than address the real issues. But if I was over this bitch talking about two black people killing each other or crime in Baltimore, y'all be fucking jumping through hula hoops. That's I don't know, y'all. That's very contradictory. It's very contradictory, y'all. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Look at this. Look at this. Since y'all don't think it's an issue, since y'all think I'm making it up.
And we begin with breaking news at noon. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office just finished a news conference. They shared a picture and the name of the student who shot two other students at Evergreen High School yesterday. Investigators say 16-year-old Desmond Holly went through the school looking for targets, but lockdown procedures kept him from getting through.
He came up against a roadblock on many of those doors. He couldn't get to those kids.
Thank you for being with us at noon. I'm Whyte. We want to give you a quick breakdown. There's a lot of new information the Sheriff's Office just shared with us.
I'm just trying to do my part. You know, maybe I could jumpstart the movement. You know, I'm just trying to do my part to fix society. You know, because right now society is broken. You know, society is broken. The people are scared. United States citizens are worried. Look. You gotta watch the trees. Look at all these trees over here. You don't know who in that motherfucker. Look at this shit. Is anybody, you don't know who on the roof. It could be a shooter on the roof. Yo, you don't know what's going on nowadays. I'm terrified. Like I said, I started staying house, not send my kids to school. I might start homeschooling my kids, man. Cause this I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Investigators say 16-year-old Desmond Holly seemed to have been, quote, radicalized by an extremist network.
I say white lives matter. Yeah, I wasn't even a supporter of Black Lives Matter, the movement. the Black Lives Matter movement was a scam. I mean, I think all lives matter. You know, like, we gonna bring that back. Can we bring back all lives matter at this point? Cause yo, I think people might have forgot. I think white people might have forgot that all lives matter, yo, because this uptick in crime is out of control.
Did not provide more details on that. We know that he brought quite a bit of ammo, continued to reload a revolver handgun, take shots inside the school. The sheriff's office says Hawley eventually took his own life. We're also learning more about the two victims. Children's Hospital tells us they are treating one student. The other victim is still at St. Anthony's in Lakewood, and they were also critically hurt. Law enforcement has not identified either of those victims. Your reporter Justin Adams is live at Evergreen High School, where that update from law enforcement just happened. Justin, we heard you asking questions, and there are still plenty of questions that the community has about all of this.
Yeah, one of the questions that has been answered is that this crime scene doesn't only go at the school, but also behind the school, which is where one of the suspects was also hit in the incident from yesterday. As we told you earlier, look at your screen. This is the suspect, which was 16-year-old Desmond Hawley, a student of Evergreen High School. This student was on a bus when he arrived to school yesterday. He had a handgun and fired it multiple times and reloaded it several times in order to fire again. Jefferson County officer says that he was allegedly...
I just came up with a solution, y'all. Hit the cash app. Just came up with a solution. Parenting classes. Yo, because my kids would never. Yo, my kids would never do none of these things. So I think that I'm doing parenting classes for white people, y'all. Hit the cash app. Hit the cash app. $100 consultation. And we're gonna get your kids right. We're gonna get your kids right. We're gonna install some morals, some principles, some honor, some integrity. You know, I'm gonna get them right, y'all. I'm gonna get them right, yo, because I think this is a parenting issue. I think this is not a economic problem, you know, like what was going on in the black community. You know, this is about parenting. This is a parenting issue, y'all. So hit the cash app, y'all. Hit me on Instagram. We're doing one-on-one consultations with white parents on how y'all can get y'all kids unradicalized. You know what I mean? Trying to unradicalize y'all kids, man. Division? You think how am I selling division? Yo, this is crazy. Yo, what did I say? What did I say that was divisive? What did I say that was divisive? Did I say white on white crime is a problem? So when they were saying black on black crime was a problem, was that divisive too? Or was that facts? Because a lot of people say that's facts. But now I'm saying it's white on white crime is a problem. Now I'm divisive. Like, yo, this is unbelievable. I can't believe y'all, man. I cannot believe y'all. I am shocked. I am appalled. I'm appalled that that's how y'all carrying this, man. I'm trying to provide real issues. I mean, I'm trying to provide real solutions. I'm giving out parenting classes. Because my kids would never do no shit like this. Ever. My kids will never shoot up a school. My kids will never shoot a man because his political views vary from theirs. My kids will never, y'all. That man, from 200 yards away, Now, my boys go to school. My boys play roadblocks. You know what I mean? My boys are real kids. You know what I mean? They come outside like that. So I think the issue is parenting. Hell no, not my kids. I don't know what you talking about. My kids ain't robbing nothing. You heard me? They ain't got to. They got two parents. You know, that knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? That knows what they're into and what they're involved in. You know, they're not being neglected. I think this is because of child neglect. How do your child get radicalized without you knowing it? Einstein. Since everybody got all the answers. How do you allow your child to get radicalized without you knowing it? Radicalized to the point where they want to murder people. How the fuck do you do that? Man, hit the cash app. I'm doing parenting class because that's the issue. White parents failing their kids. Is the fathers in the household? No, hold up, y'all. I got a real question. Are the fathers in the households? Are y'all active parents to y'all children, man? What's going on? Because the CDC did a report a while ago that said black fathers are the most active in their kids' life when they're around. So I'm starting to think that, maybe, is this a product of broken homes? Is this a product of broken homes? Yo, y'all crazy. Look, I'm not trolling the man death. I don't believe he should have been murdered. No, we're not doing that. What I'm saying is, where do we go from here? How do we fix this issue? Because this is the issue, y'all. This is the issue. Yo, let's go back. Y'all think it's a game. Y'all think I'm just making shit up. Let's go back to my man Walters. Whatever the fuck your name was. Waters. Whatever the fuck your name is. Listen to this.
White man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back!
Yo, so since they holding American flags, it's okay. If they was holding up red rags and blue rags, it'd have been a huge issue. But since they holding up the American flag, they get a pass? Nope, not on Keep It G News. No, we don't do that over here. We try to be fair as possible. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves the same attention. Let's go back to my man.
A little bit of the time.
Any update?
Black people get reparations.
On a day of mourning, a national day of mourning for Charlie Kirk. So let me just say this. I don't believe anyone should be shot for their political beliefs or for any other reason. I have marched for safe gun laws my entire life. After every school shooting, every mass shooting, every church shooting, and the right wing says thoughts and prayers, or as Charlie Kirk said, that's the price we pay for keeping our guns. I don't believe anyone should be shot, and not this guy either. But let's remember who the fuck this guy was.
Look at this.
Homosexuals should be shot, he said.
Wow.
Because they're an abomination. The way to fix homelessness is to lock them all up.
Damn.
Black people don't have brain processing power, so if he gets on a flight with a black pilot, he's nervous. Women shouldn't be allowed to vote. He said a lot of shit. I don't think he should have been killed for it. But I don't think we need a national day of mourning. What about the Democrats that were shot in their home as they slept by someone with a Democratic hit list? Where was the outrage? Where was the tweets from this piece of shit president, huh? Or the 3 kids that were shot the very same day as Charlie Kirk? No one should be shot. We need gun reform. This ain't gonna do it. Because nothing else.
I think this is the problem, y'all. Let's go to my man Walters. Fuck your way. Look what Joe said. Look all this violence going on. I'm just saying. I think this needs attention. I do. I don't think that we can sit around in 2025 and act like this isn't a problem. I think the same time and energy that we put into black on black crime, we need to put that shit into white on white crime. That man said a lot of wild shit. This is my man.
Trump in the ear. Charlie gets shot dead. They came after Kavanaugh with a rifle to his neighborhood. They went after Musk's cars. They just shot 2 Jews outside
These
the
all
embassy.
white people.
Think about it.
These ain't black
Scalise
people,
got shot, barely survived. It's happening. We got trans shooters. We got riots in LA. They are at war with us. Whether we want to accept it or not, they are at war with us. And what are we going to do about it? How much political violence are we going to tolerate? And that's the question we're just going to have to ask ourselves. Now, Charlie would want us to put as much pressure on these people as possible. Dana nailed it. This is unacceptable.
and has to stop.
I agree.
And it has to stop now.
I agree.
And everybody's accountable. And we're watching what they're saying on television and who's saying what. The politicians, Trump gets hit in the ear. Charlie gets shot dead. The media and all of these rats out there. This can never happen again. It ends now. Greg's right again. This is a turning point, and we know which direction we're going. The media and all of these rats.
Point, y'all. I'm just trying to offer my resources. I'm just trying to do the best I can do to make sure that we're living in safe environments. So I'm offering parenting classes to white people because obviously y'all don't know what to do with y'all children. Your children out here being radicalized by politics, not the streets, you know. Not poverty. You know, they're not living in communities with drugs everywhere. You know, these kids living in farms and, you know, isolation. You know, crime is not even a thing. But somehow, some way, they're able to get radicalized by politics. And it's going unnoticed until things like this happen. Like, yo, I think this is a real issue. Like, I don't understand. Why are people making me the bad guy? Because I'm talking about it? I'm the bad guy because I'm trying to explain to y'all. Or maybe I'm just, you know, putting the mirror back at y'all to say, yo, hold up now. Y'all was real vocal. Y'all was real vocal when it was the other way around. Now anybody got no problems. I mean, now anybody got no solutions. Now everybody trying to act like it don't exist. I'm shocked. I know exactly what Antifa is. I don't support neither one of them shits. I don't support Antifa. I don't support Black Lives Matter. I don't support none of that shit. I was one of the, I probably, at one point, I think me and Candace Owens is probably one of the only black people talking about Black Lives Matter. I've been talking about Black Lives Matter since they came out, telling people it was a scam. I argued with family members over this shit. They thought I was tripping. But Black Lives Matter wasn't black people. Newsflash. Black Lives Matter wasn't black people. It was just black faces on the top. Let me take. I gotta take pictures of this car real quick. Hold up. I gotta do my checks. We're gonna get back to this, yo, because I'm scared. Look, I can't stop looking around. I'm scared to death, y'all. Like, y'all can't tell I'm scared right now? I think we should all be scared. You never know. You might have a motherfucking, you might be living with one of these people. Right under your nose. Might be your next door neighbor. You never know, y'all, because for some reason these people are able to blend in. Go undetected. You know, they go undetected, man. And I think because we acting like they don't exist. They didn't try to kill Kamala Harris. Shot at Kamala Harris. I don't know if it was a house or her office building, whatever it was. Shot at her 3 times in 2 weeks. I don't think these black people that's doing this, y'all. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong, y'all, but I don't believe that black people are the ones doing this. I don't. I'm just saying, y'all. I just think we need to, you know, I just think we need more resources, man. We need National Guards in Wyoming. I mean, we need to bring out the motherfucking military. Put the military in Iowa, Utah. I mean, certain parts of Pennsylvania. Y'all, what happened to the poll question? The poll question gone? I maybe took the poll question now. And what it is? Chicago, what it is? Nah, I don't think he knows sacrifice. I don't think he knows sacrifice. I think it's a war going on. That's what I think is going on. It's going on right under our nose. We so busy worried about the wrong issues, and it's a war going on right now, man. And it's been going on for years. A lot of casualties. And it's going undetected because Trump wants to send the National Guard to Chicago. And y'all over that bitch, yes, send them. But now we got this issue. I'm gonna tell you what we need. We need one of these speeches. This is what we really need, y'all. I want Donald Trump to do one of these Joe Biden type speeches. We need this. Imagine, listen to this speech, right? And we know this speech was directed at black people. But imagine if this speech was directed at the white community. Listen to this. How would y'all think? How would y'all feel about this?
Straightforward and simple.
Listen to this speech, right? But y'all listen to y'all man Smokey Joe. And I'm not a supporter. Right? And imagine if this speech was directed toward the white community instead of the blacks. I'm at work now, Jeffrey. Look. I'm at work now, buddy. And I'm at work on here. I get paid for I get paid for that. I don't know if you knew that or not, Jeffrey, but a lot of YouTubers get paid. You know, this ain't free. The message that I'm giving y'all is paid. But listen to this speech, right? And I want to know how would y'all feel if this speech was given in 2025 because of the recent events of the uprising in white on white violence. Listen to him.
The president is very, very straightforward and simple. He knows there are 2 basic steps here. One step is you must take back the streets. And you take back the streets by more cops, more prisons, more physical protection for the people. He also understands what my friend from Texas understands, and he doesn't talk a lot about, but he signed on to in this bill. He also understands there's need to keep people who are first-time offenders, who are non-violent offenders, or who are potential first-time offenders who haven't gotten, I yield myself an additional 3 minutes, who in fact are people who are getting themselves into the crime stream for the first time, that they should be diverted from the system. So I hope this crime bill, when it passes, the Biden-Hatch crime bill, as it becomes law, God willing, I hope that we will have ended once and for all this notion that is a hangover from the 60s, that somehow Democrats are weak on crime and Democratic presidents are weak on crime and Republicans are tough on crime. The truth is, every major crime bill since 1976 that's come out of this Congress, every minor crime bill.
Remember, y'all, imagine if he said this because of what's going on right now with white on white violence. How would y'all feel about
Senator from the state of Delaware, Joe Biden, on that bill, and has had a majority vote of the Democratic members of the United States Senate on the bill. So one of the things I want to do in addition to end the crime is end the political carnage that goes on when we talk about crime.
Yeah. We try. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm offering parenting classes. I'm trying to end the political carnage that comes along with crime, yo, because it's out of control. Like I said, nobody is safe, yo. Not you, not me, not your kids. Nobody is safe from this, yo. The snipers on the roof, yo.
Crime is not Democrat or Republican.
You hear that?
Making the streets safe is not a Democratic or Republican issue. This is one of those issues I hope this passage of this bill will be taken out of the gridlock category and moved into an emerging consensus. And the consensus is as follows, and I will cease when I finish this statement. The consensus is A, we must take back the streets. It does.
Yeah, we must take back the streets, yo. I'm just trying to take back the streets. Yeah, baby. Yo, I'm just trying to take back the streets, y'all. Y'all know what the streets taking back? Yo, right now, the streets is being overflowed with political violence. Radicals, right and left. I'm just trying to take it back. Like Joe Biden was trying to take it back. You know, when black people was committing all these crimes that they said. You know, this is when black on black crime was a thing. I think we need another speech like this. It could be the same speech. Yo, it could actually be the same speech. We need Joe Biden to come up here at 89, 100 years old and give this speech again, but this time directed at white extremists. Because white on white crime is out of control.
Does it matter whether or not the person statement? The consensus is A, we must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth.
Nope.
It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society.
Nope.
It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.
I don't want to ask what made them do this either. I'm afraid to ask what made them do this. Yo, we must take back the streets. Straight up. Yo, we must take back the streets, y'all. Yo, y'all don't think, listen, y'all want to troll and crack jokes. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious, man. Yo, we must take back the streets. Yo, this shit's out of control.
That's the
hold up.
So I want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street. That's number one. There's a consensus on that. The Democratic chairman of the Judiciary Committee, the Democratic president of the United States of America, the Democratic attorney general, the Republican leader of this effort, Senator Hatch, the Republican senator from Texas. We all agree on that. Now, we can find some fringe folks in the study groups on the right wing and left wing, libertarians and left-wingers in my party who say, no, that's not what we should do. But politically, that consensus has been arrived at. I acknowledge there was not that consensus in the 60s. There is today. There's a second thing that we all have agreed upon, and that is unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing.
Listen to this shit.
Because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't...
Simple, pragmatic reasons. We need to... So how am I wrong? He said this, but I'm wrong. I'm saying we need to focus on them for the same reasons. Simple, pragmatic reasons. That's it. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I don't think I'm wrong for that. I mean, I don't think that's divisive. You feel me? How I'm racist, yo? I ain't racist. I ain't got nothing. Yo, I don't dislike anybody. But he wasn't racist when he said this? You see the double standard? He wasn't racist. When y'all heard this, y'all didn't think, damn, that's some racist ass shit. Y'all ain't think that. Y'all championed this bill, signed it, promoted it. You know what I mean? This was something that you wanted. But now I'm saying it because now our feet ain't at the fire. Now it's other people's feet at the fire, and now I'm racist. Man, this is crazy. I can't believe this, y'all. I'm disappointed in y'all. I'm disappointed in y'all. Pragmatic. You wanna know what pragmatic is? Being radicalized. That's pragmatic. That's problematic. I mean, my bad. That's problematic reasons. Being radicalized, man. Shooting people because their political views differ from yours. Y'all don't think that's an issue? Right. Both me, you ain't black. I'm just saying, listening to this speech, we need another one of these. I think it is overdue. We need another one of these speeches directed at white extremist groups. That's all I'm saying. Listen to them.
have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, brother, and humanity, although I think that's a good instinct, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
We got fucking predators on our streets, man. We got predators on our streets. I'm telling you, watch the roof. Watch the roof, man. Watch the roof. I'm telling you. Might get sniped driving down the street with the way things going nowadays. I think that's what Biden was talking about. See, the crazy thing about it, we thought Biden, maybe we gotta give a second look at this. Maybe Biden wasn't talking about black people. Maybe Biden was talking about, maybe he's seen the future. Maybe he did this speech in 1994, and he was really talking about what was going to happen in 2025. Maybe Biden is Nostradamus. He's seen the future. He's seen this day coming, and people ignored it. People ignored it. That shit is crazy. You better keep your political views to yourself. You better not share them. That shit like telling a motherfucker you got $1 million stashed in the motherfucking in the backyard. You heard me?
They will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them.
That's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm trying to protect our families, y'all. We need to take these people out of society, man. For real. Like, I ain't being selfish. I'm looking out for everybody. You know what I mean? I'm a true American citizen. I'm looking out for everybody. These people have got to be taken out of society. I don't care why they was radicalized. I don't care if it was lack of parenting. I don't care if it was lack of resources. I don't care if it was lack of education. We need these people in jail. Yeah, we need these people in jail, man. Man, if I need to put them under the jail, we need to dig under the jails and put them right there. For real.
Give them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people.
You hear that?
Beyond the pale.
That mean they can't be fixed. These people that's radicalized in this way are beyond a pale. You can't fix them, y'all. There's no fixing these people, y'all. You know? So maybe my parenting classes ain't work. I'm still offering parenting classes, though. Hit the Cash App. Still offering parenting classes. You know, because I don't think my kids ever participate in any of this type of shit. You know, maybe, you know, I think it's a lack of parenting.
It's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
Got to.
And the truth is, we don't very well know how to rehabilitate them at that point.
We don't.
That's the sad truth. You're looking at the fellow who was one of the primary architects of the Sentencing Commission. You know what the basic premise of the Sentencing Commission is? I know the presiding officer knows. It was the first time in 80 years we rejected the notion that the condition of sentencing must be related to...
I don't know what you're talking about. That is a blanket statement, Samuel. Like, how you gonna put a blanket statement like that on all black people? Like, oh, come on, that shit sounds stupid.
How long it would take to rehabilitate. I'm the guy that said, rehabilitation, when it occurs, we don't understand it and notice it. And even when we notice it and we know it occurs, we don't know why. So you cannot make rehabilitation a condition for release. That's why in our system there's the federal...
Yo, and we ain't trying to rehabilitate. Yeah, man, we not doing no rehabilitation. Yeah, man, I think they just need jail, y'all. I would feel much more safe if these people was in jail. Yeah, man, just start going through and just locking them up. They ain't even did nothing yet. The minute they come radicalized, send them to jail, man. Fuck them. We don't care why. We don't care who radicalized you. We don't care how long you've been radicalized. Just take these people off the streets and send them straight to jail. No due process. Yeah, man. Railroad them. You know, falsify evidence. Yeah, man. You know, typical shit they do. You know, I just think we need more of it.
That's why in our system, there's the federal system, you serve 85% of your time. I remember when it was going on, when I was making these arguments in the late 70s, they used to call it Biden's same time for the same crime provision. It's a shame, but we don't know how to rehabilitate. But there is a consensus, and I will cease. A, we must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malefactor in society. I don't care why someone is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to cordon them off from the rest of society, try to help them, try to change their behavior. That's why we do in this bill. We have drug treatment and we have other treatments to try to deal with it. But they are in jail, away from my mother, your husband, our families. But we would be absolutely stupid as a society if we didn't recognize the condition that nurtured those folks still exist. And we must deal with that. And I think there's a consensus among Republicans in that. Old barbed wire Republican conservatives just want to hang them high. Even those folks are saying, hey, we got to deal with the root cause of this. Not one or the other, but separately.
See? That's why I'm offering parenting classes. So we're going to lock them up too. They need to go to jail too. But we also is offering parenting classes to the white community because obviously something is wrong. I don't know if it's neglect. You know, maybe, you know, more worried about your career or, you know, maybe it's fatherless households. You know, it could be drug addiction. You know, alcoholism is a major problem. I don't know, but I don't even care. Because these are two separate problems. So on one end, we're going to send them to jail. We're sending y'all kids to jail with some of the parents. And on the other end, we offering parenting classes. But they ain't mutually exclusive. You know, it ain't one or the other. You know, just because we send them to jail or we offering parenting classes, that don't mean y'all don't supposed to go to jail too. No, that don't mean that. I know what he need to be talking about. I know what he need to be talking about. He need to be talking about what the fuck going on right now. Cause this shit's out of control. Out of control. I'm just shocked, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I'm disappointed in y'all, man. I'm disappointed in y'all. We got this problem and nobody wants to solve it. That is crazy. Nobody wants jail time no more. That's wild. I'm surprised. Disappointed. Disappointed. I thought we was better than this as a country, man. Really did. I thought as a country that we was better than this, but nope, we ain't. We ain't better than this. I'm over this bitch trying to offer real solutions. And people trolling, saying I'm selling hate. I ain't motherfucking Kirk, what the fuck that boy name is? I ain't Charlie Kirk. I ain't selling no hate. I ain't never sold hate over here. I care about all people. That's why I'm offering my services. This really ain't even our fight. I really could back out of it and just watch, from a distance like a lot of y'all did. But I'm really trying to stick my neck out there to offer assistance, because obviously we have a parenting issue in a white community because white kids are running wild. And y'all think it's a game. All right. Y'all think it's a game. Shit real. Not a game, y'all. It's not a game. Y'all ain't gonna be satisfied until it hits your community. It's always a game when you just seeing it on TV. But when it hits your house or your next door neighbor house, then you're gonna realize shit real. Then you're gonna realize it's real. But I offer my assistance. Y'all take it or leave it. Hit the cash app. Like I said, I'm offering parenting classes to the white community. Because I couldn't imagine my kids ever doing anything like this. It seems like a white on white problem that needs to be addressed. I think we need to put more resources. Maybe the National Guard, military. Jail. Jail was probably the number one option. Jail first. Everything else is secondary. But we definitely need more jail time for the parents of radicalized kids and the kids. It don't matter if you're 15, 14. I mean, if you're 15, you can go to adult prison. Yep. Might start sending them to the feds. Hey, yo, I'm ready to go to work, y'all. I'm ready to start work. Yo, hit that like button, share the live. So, never dare keep it G news. And I'm out.